Look at Rudy.
Hello and welcome to POSTCAST. The Utah Jazz really battled it strong tonight against the LA Clippers. They do come up short, losing by 4. Final score tonight, 101-97. But Ron, I don't think I'm being too much of a Pollyanna homer here. I just feel like everything I saw tonight legitimizes that winning 4 out of the last 7 and 5 out of the last whatever it was 9. I feel like that what I saw tonight says growth in every way that we've been talking about. But before there was a little, I think that's what's going on. But we beat a not very good Orlando team. We beat a not very good Miami team. Memphis was a nice one. But like now you've played Memphis and the Clippers in 2 road games recently and taken both those teams to the wire, getting one of them and losing late to the other. And this is against, for all we know, Memphis and the Clippers could play the Western Conference Finals.
Memphis, maybe. I don't think the Clippers can get there. Yeah, I just think their bench is not good.
Right.
It's definitely not good. But the fact that the Jazz give themselves a chance to win, and I think that's the most important thing now of all here with this basketball team. Now, the growth of this team, we've watched it since the beginning of the season. Now we're seeing to see things start to materialize defensively that's happening. The emergence of Rudy Gobert defensively. There's been a lot thrown at these young players since the beginning of the season. Coach Snyder has not been able to, come up with a combination out there on the floor that he's really, really comfortable with. I know there's probably some problems with some of the players that play together out there, and he's working at trying to find that niche. Those guys that play well together defensively and whether offensively, it's a process.
I just look at this game, and I'm watching this game take place, and we're playing for lots of, we know how old our guys are. They're not old. They're new experiences, and here they are in LA on the road against, 12-year veteran in Jamal Crawford and 7-time All-Star in Chris Paul and 5-time All-Star in Blake Griffin and 12-year veteran in Matt Barnes. These guys are built, and this is final 5 minutes possession basketball. And hey, we didn't do well. We missed our last 7 shots, and we didn't shoot particularly well in the fourth. But these are the moments where you are testing yourself and pushing yourself. And, Dante Exum, who committed 8 turnovers against Chris Paul in the preseason, played a lot of minutes against Chris Paul tonight. And he wasn't brilliant, but he didn't get out. He didn't get embarrassed the way he did. It's so many things taking place here that I just find exhilarating, really.
The attention to detail of what that's been going on with this basketball team, I think, is starting to see work. I think the players are starting to see that as well. I don't think any of these players right now are starstruck. They're in the NBA right now, and if anything, I want to measure how good I am against this guy, and I'm going to challenge him. So this team has come a long ways, and I'm very happy what I'm seeing right now. The field goal percentage that I would like to see the Jazz keep their opponents at around 42%, somewhere in there. Then I know for sure, they're in the ballgame and have a pretty good chance to win it.
The Clippers are the number 3 offensive team in the league. They're the 3rd best field goal percentage team in the league. They shoot 47% for the season. They shot 45.7. Okay, to hold the 3rd best shooting team in the league below their season average, that's a big deal. Those are the teams that used to be put – earlier this year when we played elite defensive teams, what did we say? You know what? They make the next pass. And we can't make that many rotations. Tonight, they made the next rotation. They made the next play. To me, that's the growth. Hey, the Clippers hit 10 threes a game. What did they hit tonight? They hit 10. They didn't hit 13, right? They hit their average. If you're holding a team like the Clippers at their average or below their average, that's major steps for this team. Yeah,
defensively, and let's go to the offensive side here, because down the stretch, the Jazz didn't make plays down the stretch. Missed free throws. Gordon got caught a little bit too much dribbling with the clock running down and still didn't get the type of shot that they really needed it. But, those things will come. Those things become that extra pass to the point where you have confidence, not just in I can take this guy, but making that next pass when they switch off from me and making some things happen.
Gordon didn't score in the fourth quarter. What we saw Quinn do in the fourth quarter is try to put the ball in Gordon's hands and try to have Gordon make plays one-on-one and beat guys, and it didn't work. Okay, that's another step. Did Quinn learn something? Maybe I can do that sometimes, but not every night with Gordon yet. Gordon was still pretty super tonight. He had 22 points on a night where the Clippers are trying to take him away, but in the fourth quarter didn't get it done. Frankly, hey, the Jazz lost this game largely because of the free throw line. Derek Favors, unfortunately, who I thought put out an incredible effort dealing with DeAndre Jordan, who had 19 rebounds, but that's about what he's getting him. He's averaging 16 in the month of December, and Favors at the free throw line tonight was just 3 of 9. Those are unfortunately big misses for Derek tonight, but again, that's all part of it. Let's go to some of the questions from Andy. Is this just our guys learning how hard we need to play to win games? I think they played that hard tonight. I think there's no question the Jazz played this. The Clippers have the best record at home of any team in the NBA since 2010-11. I mean, since Chris Paul's gotten here, no team's won on their home floor more than the Clippers. So to play them to the wire, that's good night.
And that's such a great question, because you and I talked about this earlier in the season, maybe a month ago, but they didn't realize how hard they had to play to win. And once you realize how hard you have to play to win these games, and as you can't be, you have to be tired when you leave the ball game. You have to be hurting a little bit, maybe some bumps and bruises a little bit, but you got to play hard every night. You hear coaches say that. That's exactly what they mean. Otherwise, you get beat every night.
Let's go to Ryan Dangerfield for his question coming in. Rodney Hood continues to start for the Utah Jazz while Alec Burks is out tonight. He had more minutes than Dante has had in any game this year, despite the fact this overall season he's played worse than X. And why is Hood starting over X? Well, because Dante's not a 2. Well, Ryan, I'm sorry. That's
not a good question.
Yeah, this is not one of your better ones. You're very good at submitting questions. We appreciate you. But, first of all, one's 22, one's 19. One's physically developed, the other's not. One's a shooting guard, the other's not. Frankly, Hood's better off the pick and roll right now than Dante is. And Rodney ended up having a pretty nice night, 9.7 rebounds, 5 assists. Dante, I love the 5 rebounds by Dante. That shows me a lot tonight on his work there. But they're not comparable players, and they're not really competing for minutes right now. Now, there may be a lot of minutes of that too. I don't know what the situation with Alec is, but the way things are going with Alec, I think it's fair to assume that there's going to be plenty of missed games by Alec Burks the rest of the way, right? I mean, since this shoulder's he's been about 50-50, and at some point along the process, you may have to just decide, let's go get this thing fixed.
That's what we're seeing right now. So that means that those minutes are going to have to go somewhere, and Rodney's is the next guy in line, and obviously Patrick Christopher is going to get a couple of minutes at that spot. But
Rodney tonight, 9.7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and he had a tough time early with JJ Redick. This was really a battle for Rodney in 29 minutes tonight, and he's going to learn tomorrow's a better night for him if there's any energy left. Was there enough minutes to comment on the lineup of Faves, Rudy, Trey, and Dante? P.S. Aussie term for Ron Fair-Dinkum. Love your work, guys. Thanks, Philip. What does fair dinkum mean, though? Yeah, we're not going to start repeating fair dinkum before we know what it means. Oh, my gosh, I just did. I said it twice, and I have no idea what I've said. No, I actually heard it on NBA TV. Was there enough? No. But it's interesting, and I think, moreover, what we're seeing is kind of where Ron was talking about Quinn trying things and developing. Tonight, they really rolled that Favors-Gobert lineup an awful lot. I haven't done the final work on it. At halftime, they played 9.5 minutes left, had been outscored 27-20 in that time period. So, but they got to learn how to play well. The offensive spacing is just awful when they're on the floor together, but it's got a chance to do something.
And you think about they have to make it work some kind of way, because look at Rudy's line tonight, 25 minutes, 5 for 7. He had 13 rebounds, 2 assists, and did not block a shot, but he was there, and that makes a difference.
Jazz tonight, and I think the other one, by the way, points in the paint. The Clippers had 18 points in the paint. They shot 9 of 23 in the paint tonight. Rudy Gobert's a large part of that. James and Adam, I see your questions, but I also know that they don't wait for broadcasters, so we got to get out of here and get home. We'll see you tomorrow from Salt Lake City. Appreciate it very much.
They don't want us to take a taxi to the airport.
Yeah, right. So fair dinkum is like really.
Like what?
Really. So you could be like like an LA Valley girl. Really? Totally fair dinkum. See ya. Have a good night.